2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Monday the 28th of March, and it's Eat Something on a Stick Day. And a big happy birthday to Michael Parkinson, Lady Gaga, Tim Lovejoy and Vince Vaughn. The war in Ukraine continued across the weekend with Russian missile attacks on an oil refinery and a military facility in the western city of Lviv. That's caused concern among the population of what was seen as a safe city, as Maria Vezantseva, a member of parliament for Lviv, explains.
There is no more secure place in Ukraine. For the moment, we still face very harsh difficulties with securing the humanitarian corridors.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky did an interview with Russian journalists on Sunday where he laid out the damage done to Ukraine and warned that any proposal for a neutral Ukraine as a condition of peace talks would have to be put to a referendum. The talks are due to resume on Monday in Turkey, and Zelensky says he's looking for peace without delay. He also spoke directly to European leaders again, requesting more tanks, planes and defence systems as the Russian assault continues.
We did not ask for more, and we do not ask for more. And we have already been waiting for 31 days. So who is running the Euro-Atlantic community? Is it still Moscow because of threats?
US President Joe Biden spent Friday and Saturday in Poland visiting US troops and even having a slice of pizza with them as he inspected NATO defensive preparations. He also gave a major speech in Warsaw, emphasising that the US continues to stand with Ukraine and calling out Vladimir Putin's brutal attacks.
We'll have a different future, a brighter future, rooted in democracy and principle, hope and light, decency and dignity, of freedom and possibilities. For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power.
That last line about Vladimir Putin remaining in power caused a diplomatic storm as some commentators saw it as the US calling for a regime change in Russia. European leaders expressed concern, and Secretary of State Antony Blinken attempted to clarify on Sunday.
I think the President, the White House, made the point last night that, quite simply, President Putin cannot be empowered. As you know, we do not have a strategy of regime change in Russia or anywhere else for that matter. It's up to the Russian people.
Vladimir, on the other hand, spent Sunday complaining that Russia was being cancelled, just like J.K. Rowling. What? Chancellor Rishi Sunak's spring statement hasn't aged well since he announced relatively minor changes to fuel duty and a long-term promise of 1p off income tax last Wednesday. That and his photo shoot in Sainsbury's filling up someone else's car while the cost of living soars have led to real anger among those most under pressure. Education Secretary Nadeem Zahawi wouldn't comment on whether the Chancellor has done enough when he came under fire from Sophie Ridge on Sky.
Energy prices are volatile. Inflation remains high, so it would be absolutely irresponsible to say job done. But what I would say to you is putting 22 billion to work after spending 400 billion in response to the pandemic is the right thing to do.
Labour's Shadow Work and Pension Secretary Jonathan Ashworth admitted he was the MP who shouted, "Is that it?" in the Commons on Wednesday at the end of Rishi's statement.
I thought Rishi Sunak, in what is an incredibly serious time, failed to deliver for the British people.
The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, or Will and Kate, are just back from a tour of the Caribbean, but it didn't go particularly well, with protests, PR blunders, and the news that Jamaica's planning to remove Her Majesty as its head of state. Speaking at a dinner in the Bahamas, Prince William appeared to recognise that the days of the Commonwealth may well be numbered.
And with Jamaica celebrating 60 years of independence this year, we support with pride and respect your decisions about your future. Relationships evolve, friendship endures.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Will Smith is pulling no punches at the Oscars and tributes to Taylor Hawkins. Right after this. Welcome back.
Sunday saw the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix go ahead despite a missile attack on the kingdom. It was another difficult race for Mercedes, with Lewis Hamilton finishing 10th for the first time since 2012. Max Verstappen in the Red Bull claimed the win. There was more international football action over the weekend, with England in action against Switzerland. England came away 2-1 winners, and manager Gareth Southgate was pretty pleased with some of the new talent he's added to the team.
We know that the Swiss tactically are good and technically are good. I think we got stronger as the game went on, and the substitutes that came on, of course, made an impact.
The 2022 Oscars had a number of firsts. Ariana DeBose became the first openly queer woman of colour and only the second Latino actor to win an acting Oscar, while Troy Kotsur became the first deaf male winner of an acting Oscar. Jane Campion became only the third female winner of Best Director, and Coda became the first streaming movie to win Best Picture. All of that, however, was overshadowed when Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, who suffers from alopecia.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Wow, dude.
There was absolute chaos as the US froze the TV picture. Will Smith was comforted by Denzel Washington during the ad break, and then he went on to win Best Actor for King Richard.
Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family. I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father, just like they said.
There was really sad news over the weekend as Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins was found dead in his hotel room in Colombia, where the band are as part of their South American tour. He was only 50 years old, and a post-mortem suggested he had numerous substances in his system. He'd been a Foo Fighter since 1997, and Dave Grohl often described him as his brother.
We were like in love with each other. First time we had a beer together, we're like, we're going to be best friends for the rest of our lives. We're like this. Yeah.
There've been tributes from all across the world of rock and roll, from Mick Jagger and Ringo Starr to Coldplay and Rage Against the Machine. Queen's Brian May also expressed his sympathies, and Taylor was famous for his version of Queen's Somebody to Love, where he'd take the vocals and Dave Grohl would jump on the drums. Here they are on their final concert in Buenos Aires. Rest in peace, Taylor.
There's one more person you can't forget. Ladies and gentlemen.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day.
Produced and published by Daft Doris.